Hello. First, watch this. Watch the video later. Why did this building collapse? Because its foundation was weak. Its foundation was not strong. In the same way, our Muladhara chakra is like that. Muladhara means root plus support. Mul means root. Adhar means support. Without strengthening it, true physical, mental, intellectual and spiritual progress is not possible. Or whatever we are thinking, if we want to make further progress in the Kundalini journey, that too is not possible. That's why it is very important to understand this deep concept of the Muladhara. So look carefully at this bone. This is called the pelvic bone structure. This is the anus. Right here is our genital. And the chakra that you see indicated in between, this is the location of the Muladhara chakra. Gopi Krishna has said a very important thing in The Awakening of Kundalini. Unenlightened consciousness is never possible without a biological transformation. This means that the awakening of our consciousness, whether you call it self-realization, taking your consciousness to the next level, or spiritual enlightenment, is never possible without biological transformation. So, let's move forward. Look carefully, the Muladhara, the importance of the foundation. Take a look at this building. Just observe, how is such a huge building standing tall? It has support. Support from what? Support from the foundation. The strength of the foundation determines the lifespan of the building and the safety of the people living in it. If the foundation is weak, anything can happen at any time. In the same way, look at this person. He is climbing a ladder. If this person is careless, unsteady, or trembling with fear, will he be able to climb the ladder? He won't be able to climb it. He will fall down. He did not maintain his support properly. He hasn't made himself strong. If a person is not fundamentally strong, he will never be able to climb this ladder. In the same way, look at a child growing in the womb. Look at a fetus. Look at an embryo. What is the very first thing that happens when a life settles in the womb? I call it life because later a new life originates from there. A new human being emerges. So before the infusion of life, observe this. There is a lump of flesh. It is not yet fully formed. What forms before that? The pranamaya kosha is formed. After that, a mass of flesh is formed. Then, gradually, development starts to take place in it. The pranamaya kosha is the foundation. Based on that, it will be decided what the physical structure will be like, what its health will be like, how it will look. Everything depends on the pranamaya kosha, so here the pranamaya kosha is fundamental. In the same way, look at this tree. Generally, what do we all look at? We look at the flowers, the fruits, the beauty, the branches, the leaves, and it's a very beautiful tree. But we don't know that the roots of that tree penetrate deep into the darkness of the earth and draw nourishment from there. And it is only because of that support, that foundation, that this tree exists. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Look closely at this root. This root is everything. It is the parent of this tree. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see this tree, nor would we be able to enjoy it. In the same way, if the Muladhara chakra, which I will show the location of later, is strong, then both our life and death become stable. If the Muladhara chakra is weak, then both our life and our death are adversely affected. How is death adversely affected? Because the journey that follows does not proceed correctly. You will be able to understand this better in the upcoming slides. So in this slide, all we need to understand is that stability depends on the Muladhara chakra. Our stability, our steadiness. I am not talking about stability of mind. I am talking about stability of body. First comes the stability of the body, then the stability of the mind. After that comes confidence, then energy, and then strength. Here is power, here is force. All four of these depend on a strong, activated, and healthy Muladhara chakra. That is why we need to be very serious about this. We need to understand the Muladhara chakra. We must never let it become blocked. We will understand further. Muladhara, location, color, and petals. I showed you the location in the first slide as well. Look carefully at this pelvic structure. The fundamental element of the Muladhara chakra is the earth element because it is the earth element that gives us a place to live. Our life is sustained in the earth element itself. This is a foundation. The Muladhara chakra governs and controls the skeletal system, feet, legs, knees, hips, and pelvis. By skeletal system, I mean the entire bone structure. Our feet, our legs, knees, hips, and pelvis. This is the pelvic region, the area below the abdomen where the anus, genitals, everything gets support. I am talking about that area. Look carefully at this location. This is the back part, this is the anus, and just above it is the Muladhara chakra. Here as well, this area is called the perineum. This is the anus, and above it is the genital. This is the location of the Muladhara chakra. The Muladhara chakra is indicated in this way. It has 4 lotus petals. Look carefully. Its color is red. Why is that? Because the color red indicates strength and life. The fundamental nature of vitality, that is consciousness, resides in the Muladhara, which is why it is called the Muladhara chakra, and it has 4 lotus petals. What do these represent? These indicate mind, intellect, consciousness, and ego. They represent the mind, the intellect, the consciousness, and the ego. As you can see, these 4 are indicated by the petals. It is from here that they receive nourishment, whether negative or positive. So it depends on you how you direct it. If there is any disturbance here, then all 4 will be negatively impacted and your life can be affected accordingly. The 4 lotus petals and the 4 things they indicate are food, water, shelter, and safety. Look carefully. Food, water, shelter, and safety. Safety is also essential. Without safety, even if we have food, water, and shelter, we still won't feel secure. We won't feel comfortable. We won't feel healthy. We won't feel happy. We won't feel safe. That's why safety is also very important. The Muladhara chakra provides a foundation for all 4 of these and inspires us to utilize them properly. That's why it's essential for the Muladhara chakra to function properly. So let's move forward. Look at this slide very carefully and try to understand it. See, whatever we have done in our past lives or in our past becomes our destiny in the present, which is called prarabdha. And it is on this basis that we experience happiness and sorrow. So, at every moment as we live our lives, no matter what we are doing, thinking, seeing, becoming, or wherever we are going, each and every activity is giving birth to a new destiny. That's why it's necessary for us to be very careful. Watch this video attentively. What is this person doing? He is sowing a seed. What will happen next? The seed will sprout. And then what will happen? It will become a plant, then a tree. After that, it will bear fruits and flowers. Many types of seeds will be formed in this manner. It will turn into a whole forest. In the same way, whatever actions we perform, we are sowing seeds. For many lifetimes, we have been sowing these seeds. Its impression and its destiny gets stored in the Muladhara chakra. Be very careful. That is why, to improve our actions, our spiritual masters keep making us aware, warning us, keeping us alert, and continuously guiding us. According to our actions, the Muladhara chakra is also shaped. The same impressions remain there, and we keep revolving around the Muladhara chakra, and our journey continues in that way. So here we understand that karma is a seed. Be very careful. The Muladhara chakra is depicted as a sleeping serpent. It means that if the serpent is asleep, there is no danger, no problem, no tension. But if this serpent wakes up, then there is danger. It can bite anyone, anything can happen. But this doesn't mean that we should let the serpent remain asleep. What we need to understand in this case is that the serpent should be allowed to remain asleep but alive, and it should not be awakened arbitrarily. If you try to awaken it arbitrarily, it will become agitated. What happens in cases where people practice any kind of sadhana indiscriminately and try to awaken their Kundalini? The serpent, you see, wakes up. Then what happens? Some negative qualities start to develop within them. Excessive anger arises, meaning an unnecessary amount of passion is generated. There is a lot of excitement. Desires increase greatly, and accordingly, their activities also become more tamasic and rajasic in nature. This can happen if the Muladhara is awakened in the wrong way. However, if the Muladhara chakra is awakened smoothly through spiritual practice and a disciplined spiritual lifestyle, there is no danger. That person will experience great bliss. There will be discipline in their actions. Their thinking will also reflect grace and a sense of freshness. They will feel that they are close to God. Another benefit of this is rejuvenation. What does rejuvenation mean? Kaya means body and kalpa means a unit of time, just like second, minute, hour, day, month, year. These are all units, right? This is how we count time. Similarly, kalpa is also a unit of time. It is a very large unit. It is such a large unit that it can't even be imagined. I will explain about kalpa to you some other time. We will have to understand it according to the Vedic time theory. Only then will it make sense. For now, just understand this much about kalpa. Kalpa is a very large unit of time, and the body should definitely remain healthy for a long time. You should definitely remain happy. According to spiritual science, you should be happy and healthy, and by knowing your higher consciousness, make your birth and your life successful. This is the spiritual science of Sanatan Dharma. So, the meaning of Kayakalp is the Muladhara chakra, that is, the foundation. When it is absolutely correct, properly formed in the right way, and fully awakened in the proper manner, then our Kayakalp is just as healthy, long-lived, and truly beneficial for us all. Its output is also positive accordingly, and we are able to live healthily for a longer time and perform good deeds. If the body itself does not remain healthy, we will keep suffering from diseases, keep crying, keep running around, and keep taking medicines. Then how will we feel like practicing yoga, meditation, or spiritual practices, or feel inclined to do good deeds? That is why we are repeatedly advised to strengthen this rejuvenation of the body, and whether this rejuvenation is strong or not depends on it. What is the state of our Muladhara chakra? Next, I am going to explain something very interesting to you. There is a verse from the Upanishads. Let me explain its meaning so that you can also understand this slide and you will remember this slide forever. There is a verse in Muladhara, birth and rebirth. It describes what happens at the moment of death, that is, when a person is dying. There is a channel, nadi, at the center of our spine. Through the gateway of that channel, the Udana Vayu passes. I have explained about Udana Vayu earlier as well. You all should look at the green text. Udana Vayu flows more in the throat, which is called the fifth prana. What it does is it helps a person of good character, a virtuous soul, to travel upwards. That is, their journey is upwards. When their prana leaves through the upper center, what happens to them? They attain a higher birth, meaning they are born into a higher category. That is, they travel to higher planets, to higher realms, and get the opportunity to stay there for some time because they are virtuous souls. But what does this same Udana Vayu do? If a person is wicked, who has committed many bad deeds in their life, has sinned a lot, or has done nothing at all, they just passed time in life, became a burden on the earth. Whatever you call it, I won't say much more. This same Udana Vayu pushes them down and causes them to take a lower birth. That is, it sends them to hell or sends them into the bodies of insects and other lower forms of life. This is how their journey continues. But if someone has both sins and virtues in their life, has done some good deeds as well as some wrong ones, then they are sent back to the human realm, that is, reborn as a human so that they can complete their unfinished karma and continue their journey further. This cycle will continue until we truly understand ourselves and direct our journey upwards. So be very careful. It's very important to improve your actions because our destiny is shaped by our deeds. We will continue to share more fascinating insights from the Upanishads with you. That's all for this video. Next, we will explore the Muladhara, Root Chakra. Why is Lord Shiva, especially in the context of the Muladhara, often called Pashupati? He is the lord of all creatures. She has a husband. All animals and even all demonic forces. Shiva is the lord of them as well. Shiva controls them too, so that no one causes excessive harm to anyone else. Shiva stands in between, maintains control, and creates a balance. Shiva possesses both types of powers. He has both divine and demonic powers. There is a boundary in between, and that is why Shiva is placed here. But to understand this, what exactly is the Muladhara chakra? There is a boundary, and on this side of it lies demonic power as well as animalistic power. On the other side, there is human consciousness and also divine power. So what do we need to do? We need to journey from animalistic and demonic tendencies, leaving them behind, and move towards human consciousness. We must enter into human consciousness and then gradually awaken the divine power within ourselves. What will happen if we don't do this? Even if we are called human, look like humans, live, eat, drink, and enjoy life like humans, even if we have everything, our tendencies will still appear animalistic. Our nature will become like that of demons. We will behave like beings possessed by demonic power. We ourselves will not be at peace, nor will we let anyone else live in peace. We will harm others. That is why, after understanding this concept of the Muladhara, the message we receive is that we must be aware. We should improve our actions. Within this boundary, we must always remain vigilant. By understanding both powers, both the demonic and the divine, we need to create a balance between the two. This is the instruction given to humans by the sages or the scriptures. By letting go of demonic tendencies, awakening your Kundalini, and adopting a spiritual lifestyle, first awaken the human consciousness within you, and then, recognizing the divine power, establish yourself in it, because we ourselves are a part of that divine power. Do you understand what happens when the Muladhara is blocked? What kinds of problems occur? Some problems occur at the biological level, and some problems also occur at the spiritual level. What will happen if the Muladhara chakra is not awakened, is blocked, or does not function properly? Feelings of lethargy and depression, a sense of laziness will take over. There will be a lot of depression in our lives. Let me tell you one more thing. It's not necessary that if someone's Muladhara chakra is awakened, none of this will happen in their life. Even after the Muladhara chakra is awakened, if these symptoms still appear, there can be other reasons for that as well. If we get to know that person, understand them, sit and talk with them, and if our own spiritual level is good, then we will be able to understand this person and what their problem is. When someone sits in front of me, even if they don't speak or I don't interview them, I can still understand what their problem is, even if they are doing their spiritual practice well and their entire journey is going smoothly. Even if everything seems fine, if certain symptoms still appear in their life, then their problem lies even deeper at the subtle level. So, if we ever get the chance, we should definitely talk to people and try to understand their problems. Many times I have personally experienced that when we chat with people on Telegram or in any other way. By listening to their voice, observing their expressions, their emotions, their dialogues, and their style of conversation, we can understand what is going on in their mind and what their level is. Based on that, the same person ends up inspiring us. The answer naturally emerges on its own. Alright, such incidents keep happening. It has happened to us many times, so we will understand further. We won't be able to take the right action at the right time. Even though we know everything, we still won't be able to take the right action, and we won't be able to express it according to our wishes. We won't be able to internalize it, we won't be able to realize it, and there will always be a feeling of being disconnected and isolated. Being disconnected means even when you have everything, you don't interact with anyone, you don't let anyone come close, nor do you go to anyone. You become isolated. There is a difference between disconnection and renunciation. Renunciation means detachment. That is a spiritual nature. After understanding the ways of the world and understanding oneself, like how Gautam Buddha attained detachment, that is called renunciation, not disconnection. It is of a spiritual nature. Because of that detachment, a person embarks on a journey to the next level. Their journey continues further, but here, there is no benefit. When someone is disconnected, they have nothing to do with anyone, and the person never feels comfortable, never feels satisfied, keeps feeling sad and anxious, and continues to feel isolated. A panic attack means feeling extremely afraid and intense fear without any reason, like when we look down from a great height and feel terrified. Feeling scared all the time, that's a panic attack. This is fear on the next level, a very dangerous kind of fear, and although it's a lower level fear, it's still fear nonetheless. Repeatedly feeling afraid without any reason, having nightmares or bad dreams, seeing terrifying scenes in your dreams, waking up again and again, remembering what happened in the dream, even in real life, in your waking hours, not being able to sit peacefully in your daily life, constantly recalling the dream, all of this keeps happening. Digestive disorders and eating disorders, stomach problems, food not being digested properly, or if it is digested, then constipation occurs, or you don't feel hungry at the right time. These kinds of problems happen, and stomach issues can lead to 1,000 different diseases. That is why we repeatedly encourage everyone to settle down. We have already suggested Salbasti many times. Lower back pain. Look, I have also experienced this in my own life. Due to stomach issues or whatever you want to call it, there is a connection. Back pain starts. You keep treating your back, but you don't get any relief. You keep getting troubled. And then it turns out the problem was in your stomach. Once you fix the stomach issue, the back pain disappears. So back pain can also start because of stomach problems. That's why it's very important to keep your stomach healthy. It's also important to keep your bladder healthy. For that, you should keep exercising. You should also maintain a proper diet for that. There can be unexplained aches and pains in the body, either all over or in certain places, without any apparent reason. You can't even explain it to anyone. You can't even figure out exactly where the pain is. You don't know which part of your hand hurts or if it's your leg or your stomach. There's just a strange kind of pain throughout your body and it becomes difficult to pinpoint it. This happens because the Muladhara chakra has become blocked. We'll understand further. Reproductive issues. As you already know, the Muladhara chakra is located just below our genitals. If there's any disturbance here, then all the problems will start from this point. You will be troubled by excessive sexual desires, plagued by negative thoughts. Your mind will remain fixated on these things. You'll keep watching inappropriate content. And as for reproductive issues, it means a person may become incapable of having children. There are many kinds of problems, including sleep disorders as well. I have mentioned this many times before, and I am reminding you again. Wherever your attention goes, your bioelectric energy flows in that direction within your body. If your mind keeps wandering here, indulging in trivial things, enjoying superficial pleasures, then no matter what you say, that bioelectric energy will keep pulling you down. That same bioelectric energy can also lift you up. If your attention is focused in the right place, you can use that very bioelectric energy to progress further on your journey. That's why you need to be very careful and understand this blockage. If you notice any of these symptoms in your life, be cautious and start improving your lifestyle from today itself. Then you'll see. After a month or two, you'll notice that all these problems are gradually being resolved. Next, we'll understand how to unblock the Muladhara chakra and, along with that, how to awaken our potential and dormant energy. Have you ever observed animals? What do animals depend on? Animals are purely dependent on nature. An animal never thinks that someone will come and feed it. Animals have surrendered themselves to nature. Their lives keep moving on. Somehow, from somewhere, they always get something and they survive. So, we need to do the same. If we lack wisdom in our lives, if our journey has come to a halt, if we don't understand what to do next, what steps to take, how to move forward, or who will help us, then we don't need to worry too much. Just surrender yourself to a higher power, that which is more powerful than us, which we call Mother Nature, which we also call God, which we also call the Divine. We should live with faith in that power which is greater than us. For example, when we develop faith within ourselves, a placebo effect is created. Western scientist Herbert Benson has also spoken about this placebo effect, and in the same way, we become stable. The mind becomes calm. This is the first step to unblocking the Muladhara chakra. So what needs to be done next? I will explain everything to you. Please look carefully. You can take a screenshot of this. To unblock the Muladhara chakra, we must definitely practice Shashankasana. We can do this in two ways. We clasp our hands together like this. Either hold your right hand with your left or your left hand with your right. In this way, while bending forward and touching your forehead, you can do Shashankasana, or you can open both hands and rest them on the ground. After that comes Pawan Muktasana. By folding your legs like this and inhaling, you can touch both knees to your nose. Later, you can search and learn many more asanas. Now, I am going to show you Vrikshasana. You have to make yourself like a tree. Join your hands together and place your right leg near your thigh, or you can switch legs if you want. You have to stand like this. This is called Vrikshasana, Malasana. When we are passing stool, the way we sit, that's exactly how you sit in this pose. That's why it's called Malasana. It keeps your stomach very healthy. It helps with proper bowel movements. But don't sit in this pose while actually passing stool. Do it after you've finished passing stool. When you are doing it, just sit as if you are passing stool. But it only looks like that, and that's why it's called Malasana. You can do all of these. This helps to unblock the Muladhara chakra. Tadasana. In this way, while inhaling, you have to stretch your body upward, making it long. You can clasp your hands together like this, or you can open your hands and keep them facing forward. We can do Tadasana in two ways, both by clasping the hands and by opening them. Surya Namaskar is strongly recommended. For those practicing Kundalini Yoga, those engaged in spiritual practices, those following a Brahmacharya lifestyle for overall health, lifelong well-being, longevity, staying disease-free, always being happy, meditating well, what more can I say to you? Surya Namaskar is extremely helpful. Make sure to do 12 rounds of Surya Namaskar every day. In the beginning, you can start with 6 rounds. That is, from here to here, when you complete the sequence, it counts as 1 round. At the start, you can do 6 rounds. Gradually, work your way up to 12 rounds. I know people who write to me and tell me that they do 50 rounds. One person even said, today I did 75 rounds. And Surya Namaskar does slow down the aging process a bit, so your age will increase. It's not that you won't get old. You will get old, but you will still look young. So this is the great miracle of Surya Namaskar. After doing all the asanas, you must do Shavasana. But here, I want to tell you something special. Along with Shavasana, you should definitely practice Yoga Nidra here. Although Yoga Nidra should ideally be done at a specific time and in a specific situation. For those who have trouble sleeping, suffer from sleep issues, or don't get enough sleep, Yoga Nidra is very helpful. But while doing Shavasana, practice Yoga Nidra. You can do Yoga Nidra for 5 to 7 minutes. To learn how to do it, you can watch our video. We have already made a dedicated video on that topic. So when you practice Yoga Nidra along with Shavasana, it helps in unblocking or activating the Muladhara chakra, and our dormant energies are awakened. Let's move on to the next. Nose tip meditation. I'm not able to explain nose tip meditation clearly here. A dedicated video on this topic is coming soon. We will explain everything in detail and show you exactly how to do nose tip meditation. What is its scientific essence? What are its benefits? All these things. Well, you can still practice it for now. If you already know how, that's great. If not, no worries. We will bring it to you very soon. Nose tip meditation also helps to unblock and activate the Muladhara chakra. The Muladhara chakra is also unblocked and activated through third eye meditation. Be sure to practice Tribandha pranayama regularly. In Tribandha pranayama, the most important is Mula Bandha. What do we do in Mula Bandha? We actually pull up the Muladhara chakra itself. How? The area between our genitals and our anus, where the Muladhara chakra is located, as I have already explained and shown you in the picture, we contract that area, we squeeze it, alright? We pull it inward while filling up the lower abdomen. So this is called Mula Bandha. So with Mula Bandha, the Muladhara chakra gets unblocked and also awakened. Along with Mula Bandha, you should also practice Tribandha pranayama together. If you do all of them together at once, you will get the same benefits. Mantra chanting. Look, the sages and the scriptures have prescribed this mantra, Lam, because the mantra for the Muladhara chakra is Lam. So those who have a good lifestyle, a spiritual lifestyle, and who are following the guidance of a guru can chant the Lam mantra, which helps to unblock and awaken the Muladhara chakra. So what should we do next? The brain rewire practice that we do also helps to unblock the Muladhara chakra, because the bioelectric energy travels upward from the heart. And since your focus becomes centered in the brain, what happens then? The Muladhara chakra awakens on its own. Many people do devotional practices, listen to songs or participate in kirtans and follow the devotional path. That is also helpful. Spiritual discourses, listen to or read about spiritual topics. This also purifies and makes your thoughts positive, which helps in unblocking the Muladhara chakra. I will tell you about positive affirmations in the next slide. Practicing positive affirmations also works wonders. Look, positive affirmations. You can do them early in the morning or whenever you feel like it, whenever the time and situation feels suitable to you. There's no fixed time, but it's most beneficial for us. It works especially well in the morning and right before going to bed at night. Sit down calmly, sit comfortably, alright, and feel this way. I am very safe, I am secure. Repeat this in your mind or feel it within yourself. You can also expand this list. I have deep roots, meaning my foundation is strong, including my roots. I am strong, as I showed in the second or third slide. I showed a tree and I showed a root. I showed a foundation. You should think the same way. If I am a tree, then my roots are strong. Feel this within yourself. I am grounded. I am connected to the earth. Being connected to the earth means that my foundation is very strong. If you think like this, I have found my peace. I have attained peace of mind. I am very calm. Feel this way. I have developed faith within myself in that higher power, that godly power, that divine consciousness, that strength of God. I now have faith in it. I'm fearless. Feel this way. I have self-love. That is, I love myself. I love the world. I am making efforts for my own well-being. I am taking care of myself for my own good, and I am taking care of myself properly. Feel this way. There are many possibilities in my life. I am capable of realizing all those possibilities. Feel this way. The earth, the vast, peaceful, gentle, and beautiful world, so generous and nurturing, has already given me a safe place. That is, there is a safe place for me, and this earth has given it to me. I respect that. Feel this way. I have received so much in my life. Whatever I have received through nature, whatever I have received in this world, I have received so much. I need to make good use of it. Feel this way. I care for myself. I love myself, and I have faith in my knowledge. Do not create anything based on your own beliefs. Do not create any knowledge either. Based on what you have heard and learned from your teachers or from the scriptures, repeat this. I have faith in that knowledge. I trust the universe to support me. I believe that the universal power is always ready to help me. The universal power is helping me. I have faith. In this way, you can practice positive affirmations and even expand this list. Try it for 1 to 2 weeks and you will see tremendous changes in your life. Let's move on to the next. What happens if the Muladhara chakra is awakened? Or for someone whose Muladhara chakra is awakened, these are the kinds of experiences they will have in their life. If you are experiencing these things, it means your Muladhara chakra is awakened. You will feel as if a divine energy is constantly flowing through your body and nothing is able to block that energy. Positivity will increase in your life. Positive thinking, positive activities, positive understanding, whatever you call it, all of these will increase. You will remain connected to the earth. You will become connected with nature. You will love and respect everything that exists in nature. You will respect the entire creation. You will feel connected. Your self-confidence will increase in your life. Your self-worth, your abilities. You will understand what abilities I have and what I can do. Your courage will increase within you. Your mental determination will become stronger. This is the Muladhara chakra. It can smell subtle things. It can sense them. We smell external fragrances and odors with our nose. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about subtle fragrances. You will be able to smell it. When your Muladhara chakra is awakened, what is that thing? When you practice spirituality, the mysteries of the subtle world will begin to unfold before you. So the fragrance that an ordinary person cannot smell, the sound that an ordinary person cannot hear, you will be able to perceive those because your Muladhara chakra has been awakened. I have seen, and many people have also told me, that there is nothing in the house. No incense sticks are burning. There are no flowers either. They are engaged in spiritual practice and suddenly, out of nowhere, a fragrance appears and they have no idea where it came from. An intense fragrance, the scent of sandalwood, and there is nothing in this world that smells quite like it. Suddenly this fragrance will spread everywhere. You will feel it and wonder where this fragrance is coming from. It is a subtle fragrance, a subtle aroma, all right? And you can experience all of that. Thoughts and moods of others, that is, what is going on in someone else's mind, what their mood is. Even if they don't tell you. But your journey will become so refined that you will be able to read even that. Without starting the journey properly from here, you will never be able to reach up to the Sahasrara chakra. So it is right here that it is decided whether you will be able to move forward or not. If there is a problem here, then the vehicle will remain stuck here and just keep circling around this spot. Human consciousness, that is a person's awareness, awakens. That is the animalistic consciousness, which I explained to you using the example of Lord Shiva or by giving the example of demonic forces. We have to go beyond that. We have to enter into human consciousness. After that, we must then establish ourselves in divine consciousness as well. You will gradually start to feel this once your Muladhara chakra is awakened. Self-realization, that is the knowledge of the soul, begins right from here. If this is strong, if it is organized, if it is healthy, if it is activated, if it is not blocked, then self-realization will become easier. Otherwise, you will keep circling around at this stage. You will be under the illusion that you have attained self-realization, but in reality, you have not. Many people fall into this illusion. For a few days, their mind reaches a higher state and they start telling everyone in the world. They say, I have attained knowledge, and start inviting questions from others. People also start following them. Some small improvements do come into their lives. It lasts only for a few days, then they come crashing down. On the other hand, truly self-realized gurus and yogis remain equanimous in every situation. They are never disturbed. You will find them calm and composed. You will see them smiling. Wherever they go, a spiritual atmosphere is created. So, such self-realized gurus are very rare. Those who are truly self-realized souls. If I start to explain their nature, even an entire video would not be enough. If I get the chance, I will definitely talk about this sometime.